Hello guys, so we're gonna see a spectacular game between Scarlett, a Blue Zerg player spawning here, and her opponent Trigger from Canada, as well as Scarlett is. He's a Red Protoss player at this location. We have a map called Crimson Court, and this is one of the most interesting maps in the current map pool, and I kind of feel like most of the maps in the current map pool are actually really well designed for Scarlett, because she really adores playing with many unorthodox strategies as a Zerg race, involving a lot of proxy hatcheries and stuff like that. I already had a video about her going proxy on a different map against a different player, and this map looks really good for that as well. You have a lot of interesting passages here with this gold rocks, and also this location with Violet Geyser, so you can really take that and just have an extra income for any kind of aggression early on, and it seems like exactly what Scarlett is just going to do this game. So she's going with the drone here, and she's going to be establishing a proxy hatchery right in front of Trigger's base, and Trigger obviously should be well aware of that being a possibility, because he's now scouting. He sees there is a pull first, so it's going to be some sort of aggression early on, and he also needs to confirm that there is no second base happening, so it could only mean one thing: it's a proxy base, and this is just the best location for a proxy to be in, because this territory is probably, yeah, you could also place it here, but because of this rich geyser, you can really just mine a lot of it and get Ravagers very quickly. Instead of just building 2 geysers here, you can just do the same with twice less workers, which is a really great exchange. But the problem here for Scarlett is it's, you kind of need to protect that somehow, and this is a very vulnerable location. But she's already going for the Roach Warren, so it's going to be very interesting how she's going to be reacting to that. And also Trigger, what's he going to be doing here? Prop is just scouting locations around that main base of Scarlett, but now Trigger should see that there is a lot of drones coming to this location. Obviously going to be taking the gas, and yeah, the probe confirms that fear, and now it's going to be a big problem for Trigger. He's not prepared, but now I think at least he knows something about this playstyle, yeah, that Scarlett is using, so he's gonna be ready for that. At least somehow he's pulling some prompts, adding a battery here, and maybe even going for an attack, trying to maybe get some workers killed here. I don't really feel this is actually a great decision, but using some probes for tanking, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's actually a right call for him, but he's trying to do whatever he can right now, and doesn't seem to be working that well. Roaches are already in production, and there are only 19 drones for Scarlett, so it's a super old, and she has no way to back out of this aggression, so she needs to finish this game no matter what's gonna cost her. So let's see how it's gonna be, how it's gonna unravel in this engagement very soon. So Trigger is supposed to stay around his base and just be protected by shield batteries. He can't really engage far away from that location, but he also needs to do some damage to those Ravagers and just try to at least take down some of them maybe, and just keep them low on HP. That's also a good way to play against that. But there's going to be a lot of queens as well, just to heal them. And this is going to be just a battle of micro-control, and Scarlett, in my opinion, she is really good with that. She's like super strong in that regard, and Trigger almost losing one Stalker already. It's going to be a big problem for him if he loses many, and he must make sure that he's not really standing behind the wall, because he will have no way to retreat. He'll have to hold his ground until the end approaches him. So now Scarlett, I think, is trading alright. She's losing some links, it's not a big deal, but Trigger is already using his overcharge that just expired a second ago, so now there is just no big HP restoration for the moment, and he needs to be very careful with that. A lot of Ravagers are already present on the battlefield, and one Stalker is going to be lost. That's actually a big deal, and the Crypt Tumor is placed really well. There is just no detection to actually get rid of that. Nice vials going down, and there is -1 battery, and Trigger is just in a really tough spot right now. He's adding more batteries, he's adding more Stalkers, he already has the Warp Gate tag, so it's gonna be slightly easier for him, and he's also adding 2 more gates at the backline. He has a better economy as well, I would say, but actually he just needs to make sure that he's not losing Stalkers the moment. He's just trying to get that one Ravager. It's very low on HP, but still manages to get away, but no, actually gets down anyway. But still, a nice micro-control by Scarlett, and now Trigger needs to be extremely careful. Only a couple of stalkers left, losing one more, and also targeting some Ravagers though. Maybe like gonna get free. Yeah, it's actually a very nice engagement for him happening here. So at least 3 Ravagers taken down. It's really nice. Now the numbers are equal again. And maybe actually Trigger is going to be able to hold here. There's a high chance that he's going to be able to do that, but losing cybernetic score means that he is not going to be able to make any more stalkers, and this is the exact unit that you need to counter that, and might be a big of a problem for him right now. So he's trying to engage once again, trying to target down this Ravager. Nice transfusion going for Scarlett, killing all of these HPs, and most of the Ravagers are being healthy right now, no problem for them. So Trigger once again, nice target fire, but really he's just losing right now in terms of army supply. He's almost twice, has just twice less the army size at the moment, so needs to be extremely careful with how he defends his bases. I think he's just overstepping slightly. Maybe he should have just stayed just, you know, behind his structures, maybe just trying to be a little bit more cautious, and he's just trying to fight at the last location, but lost already quite a lot of units, so it's going to be really tough. Adding more batteries, maybe should be pulling probes as well, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, the army supply is telling a bad story for Trigger, so he needs to be extremely cautious with how he approaches that micro battle. And the Scarlet numbers are just rising and rising, more and more Ravagers are coming, and this was actually a bold game by her, like really extreme attack, extreme all-in attack, and it's actually working really well, even though Trigger actually scouted it, right? So he saw with the probe that there was no natural, so he should have known that there is something, you know, something cooking, and somehow he's still not capable of defending that really that well. He's losing more stalkers, and I think by this time there are just too many Ravagers for Trigger to hold. He doesn't have a better economy anymore, he's just investing everything into static defense, and I don't see numbers increasing for him. And Scarlett just going for the kill right now, but there is actually a better overcharge, could be dangerous, but is taken down immediately. Amazing balance by Scarlett, nice micro control, nice. She's like really paying attention to details, always targeting the most important targets, so it's really nice. And Trigger is just losing all the remaining stalkers, and that's a GG. Scarlett takes that game with ease, I would say, and this was really spectacular because Trigger knew absolutely everything about what's going on, but still couldn't hold against that aggression, and Scarlett just microed really well. And also the tactics, this strategy is just really awesome. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe for more StarCraft content. Have a nice day, and see you next time.